this one could be. Sorry.
Hey! Hello! Welcome to the new and improved Warriors Den. Let's get a little shot here before I get into the whole thing. So we've got a new set. It's still a work in progress. If you want to take your time with that, Max.
We are in
there we go. Yeah, you can see our beautiful ceiling, which
is our living room.
It's basically
Foreigner's living room.
So we're in the work in progress stage. We're not done. We're gonna get some new furniture. We're gonna get some new stuff back here. But we wanted to show you what's cooking on the For Honor set.
And those are not leaks of upcoming
These are
helmets
definitely not leaks.
or
Yeah,
stuff like that.
That's a good point.
Don't start there.
These are basically helmets we could find that are close to the characters in our game. But we've got, we've got a couple Kenseis. I don't know if you want to zoom in on a Kensei. We got a Conqueror.
And look at, we almost have the same ornament.
Yeah, exactly. We have that ornament pretty much.
It's almost like we know what we're doing.
We've got the Conqueror's like his alt hat over there, I think.
Yeah.
We got some Viking stuff.
There's Napoleon there.
I'm very excited about it. This took months of back and forth emails.
Oh la la.
Anyway,
we're getting
Damien,
better at that.
We are.
Yeah.
How are you doing, Damien?
I'm marvelous.
Say hello to the folks at home.
Hello to the folks at home.
Nice. Very good.
Wrong camera.
We got a good number of people watching this week, which is pretty cool. So welcome if you're newer to the game, because we have a lot of new people. Free weekend went quite well. Welcome. This is our weekly dev stream.
Yes.
Last week's was sort of a bigger deal. We're not going to go 2.5, 3 hours today. But we do this every week. You can always find devs here. There will be more devs on the show later today, not just Damien and I. So welcome. Okay, so we have a few things to talk about. First, off the bat, if they missed last week's show, I do want to remind people or tell them For Honor is going to be at E3.
Yay!
If you don't know E3 is the biggest kind
Big show.
Gaming business event that exists. It's where everyone debuts their new stuff for the year, and we are no exception. We will be there, and I can't say any more.
No.
But that's only a month away, so not much waiting to find out what's cooking in the For Honor stew. Why not? But also, we just wrapped up a free weekend. You want to talk about that a little bit?
It went really well. Especially on PC, in fact.
PC,
a lot of new players on PC.
Yes.
So, super happy about the numbers.
Yes. I think the players were happy to see so many PC folks.
We saw some Reddit posts on that.
Yeah, and just as a point of information, I know people looked at like the Steam stats, which is great. That doesn't even incorporate all the people on Uplay too. So it really was a great weekend.
Yeah, I think we're in amongst the top 30, 20 games most played this weekend on Steam.
Very cool.
So really cool.
See, we're coming to support you, PC guys. We know that you want more players. We want more players on PC too, and we're getting there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the game is still on discounts, not on PC though, or maybe
it
on
is.
Uplay.
It is still exactly.
On Uplay, not on
Uplay,
Steam.
Xbox, and PS4. You can get it on sale, 60 to 70% off.
Because we're doing a sale at the same time as the free weekend.
Yep, that sale lasts until the 15th. Yeah. So if you have friends maybe who played and they haven't pulled the trigger, they still have time. Tell them, do it now. Do it now. Do it. That was my Roman impression. My Roman impression and my Arnold Schwarzenegger impression are the exact same thing. Okay. I'm Roman. Get your ass to Mars. I could do a whole.
I don't want to picture.
I could do a whole stream of Schwarzenegger quotes. Hey, one other thing that we did during the free weekend that I particularly like is the Warrior Training Program. I want to thank everyone who participated in that. We had the current numbers, I don't know if they're done tallying them, over 70,000 people participated in the Warrior Training Program. So that's veterans and newcomers alike playing together. And all of them will be rewarded, not now, when Season 6 starts.
And why on Season 6 starts and not now?
Because they're getting 2 weeks.
For very good reason.
Yes, you tell them. I'll let you do that.
It's because of the new champion status.
Yes.
The revamped champion status. That's what we're giving away. 2 weeks.
2 weeks of it.
And we want to give the new one, not the old one.
Yeah.
So we're waiting for the beginning of Season 6.
Right.
And what's new, I think you will get more XP.
40%.
40%, so from 20 to 40. 25 to 40, and you're giving more XP to anybody who plays with you.
What do you call that? Like the halo effect or something?
We call that the aura XP.
The aura.
And it's 20%. We've also checked back the loot numbers, so you're getting a bit more loot. And it's also working for the event loots.
Yeah.
which is really cool.
And that's a new change,
So
right?
I don't know when we will do an event next.
Who knows? Who could say?
Nobody knows.
Who could say when our next
But
event
when
could happen?
this happens, maybe we'll have the new champion status and everything will work together and it will be amazing.
Who could say when that could
Who
happen?
could say that? We're not that smart.
On that note, I'm not here for next week's show, just FYI, but we're going to do a big show next week that you're not going to want to miss. Not saying if
And
it's
I'll be there.
You'll be there. Luke will be
Cool.
there.
Cool.
Maybe Beal will be back. Maybe, there's a lot of things that could happen. We'll see. But yes, very cool. So yeah, so like we said, those rewards for the Warrior Training Program will come.
2 weeks.
2 weeks of champion status. It comes when the season starts, which is next Thursday. Cool. Oh yeah, I have a note here. Next week's show, more reveals. Mark your calendar. Don't be late. I like this. I like.
Points, Warriors then. And
Just
then in
literally
5 minutes, it's done.
Literally just read the bullet
we go
points.
eat and all.
But I like this. I don't have to like lean over to talk to Damien anymore. We talk like normal people now.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say normal, but
It's
we talk like
It's like I invited you to my home.
yeah,
A weird
your
home.
barn, the
I'm a bit
Keegan
obsessed
Ranch.
by For Honor,
Yes. Yes. Hey, so some people did notice during the free weekend there was an exploit.
Yes.
This exploit was
It's not
more.
related at all to the free weekend.
No, they
it's
just
there
happened to
since
notice it,
3
yeah.
weeks ago, but just discovered during free
Exactly.
weekend because why not?
Why not?
Much better for us.
So yes, it's a more fun exploit than the ones we've had in the past. Still an exploit though. So people found there's a way to basically take your character, swap it with another character's like moveset, animation set. So basically you could be the Shigoki and run around like a shinobi, and it was hilarious, but also not something we ever wanted to happen.
No.
We, within the course of Saturday, when people started posting about it, we had some people come in to the office on the weekend and kind of locked it down, which is great.
Stop it spreading around.
But for the
But
people
we didn't
who
fix the
yeah,
issue.
exactly.
Yeah.
The people who did the exploit, some of them were able to switch back manually. If you just play around with your character, you could switch it back. Pro tip: if you switch the gender, that helps on a lot of them.
Yeah.
But not everyone could do that, and not all the characters are able to switch the gender. So we're going to fix it for you. The current plan is to release an emergency fix in addition to the Season 6 patch next Thursday. I say that's the current plan because it's still in testing, so it could get a little delayed, but we'll let you know next week.
But we found the fix.
yeah.
It will automatically redo your account.
Yeah, we're not wiping your account either.
We're
by
not
the way.
wiping your account. We're
So
not
don't worry about
wiping
that.
your customization and all. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe you would just have to change your gender.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that might need to be changed, but that's all.
Okay.
The team succeeded at keeping everything,
Good.
which is good.
Yes.
That was my biggest worry, is that player just fucked up their account forever. In fact, it's okay.
And I think we have 1 or 2 clips in the community corner later of people having fun with that, and I'm like, why not? You know, like
Yeah.
this was not the one hit kill
and
that.
there are still some players that play with it. They shouldn't.
Yeah.
It was fun. You
yeah, it
should
was fun
stop
while it
now.
lasted. Let's stop.
Now you can in custom match, but you should stop
Right.
now in PvP, and because it will be fixed only hopefully next week.
Yup. Okay, another thing happening next week that you should take note of. So there's a major Ubisoft-wide infrastructure maintenance happening across a bunch of titles, and we are no exception. So For Honor has planned a downtime on Monday, 4 a.m. to 7 a.m. Eastern time. That's our time zone in Montreal. I think UTC is 5 hours ahead of that, but check your local listings. But yeah, 3-hour downtime for infrastructure maintenance, so plan around that now. We'll obviously message it in the game, but wanted you to be aware right now. Now, here's a Damien thing. We've
Yes.
got next month's roadmap to show today.
Ooh.
Next month, have you seen this, by the way? Do you know what we're
I've
revealing?
seen it.
Good.
So there we go. We don't have to tease the new
No,
event.
I guess we don't have to. No tease
it's
is
in
necessary. Okay.
So, surprise! Next week's show will be.
I mean,
on
we
the-
were terribly teasing it anyway.
Yeah.
That was probably the worst tease
Yeah.
ever. So,
Next week's show will spend quite some time to detail you
yeah.
what's the content of the new seasonal event.
Yes.
You can see some hints
Yeah, you get
there,
some hints.
and I won't go into those details. You have weird things, and
There's a
I
little
won't
mystery,
describe
yeah.
any of those.
Yes.
We will release, of course, next week the new season patch that will come with the visual collection feature,
Ooh,
the
yes.
feature that allows you to unlock visuals so that you
Ooh,
don't
yes.
have to keep all your items in your inventory. We'll have the revamped chamber status as we spoke about before. The Orochi and Peacekeeper updates,
Yep.
the new beachhead map,
Oh, yes.
and plenty other things that
Very much.
Bayo and Stefan will describe you in a few minutes.
That's right. Okay, put that back up, though. We have so much more, I think, to just...
And then,
Yes.
so I won't go Musashi
Into
the
the
Crane, Bivet the Medusa. I won't say what it is.
Begin speculating
I will
now.
just leave it as it is. Then you have some new content of the weeks that I won't go into details either.
Sure.
That's next week's show. We will do by the end of the month a playlist on to allow players to play on all the Dominion map variations of
Of the beachhead, yes.
So this way you will be only to play on beachhead if you want. Then we'll have an order, tribute executioner, and last but not least.
I was just going to say, those tribute orders are really cool. We just did one last week, 2 weeks ago.
Way overperforming.
Yes, but it was nice. It was nice to see
Yeah.
that
So now
people
we know.
went to the mode. Yeah.
Yeah, now we know.
Yeah.
And
then, yes, the big thing.
I think one of the big change also is that now you need to participate to get the reward.
Yep.
And that's wow.
Motivation.
And I think that's why the behavior of players has changed. And for the last week of that roadmap, it's the week of E3.
Oh!
And to celebrate that, we'll do a full week. Full week.
Whoa!
Not 1 day, not 2 days, not 3 days.
Nice.
A full week of XP Fest to celebrate E3
Hell
and
yeah.
the major announcements we'll be doing there
That's great.
that I won't say right now.
No, you will not.
I will
You did say announcements plural, though, so that in itself is a leak.
But you shouldn't have say that.
I shouldn't
And
have.
nobody would.
No, they
have noticed.
analyze every word you say. Trust
they?
me. Oh, yes.
Maybe.
Hey.
Yeah, maybe. I
Why
don't
not? That's awesome. That's awesome stuff. I hope you're excited. And there's good stuff coming. Start your speculation now on what those random character names are. I don't know what those were. The Medusa or whatever. Cool.
know.
Hey,
They're not characters.
they're not characters? Okay.
Something else.
Great. You can't help yourself. There is an event order this weekend.
Warrior Rush.
The Warrior Rush. When Max is done talking, he can put up the image.
I like the new lighting. It's like I'm all tained.
You're like you're what?
Tained. I took vacations. Tanned.
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 Tained.
Tanned. I'm tanned. Yeah.
Show me a nude taint.
Warrior Rush, be the first faction to complete the highest amount of matches of any type.
It's on airplane mode. Wow!
And
Good lord. They couldn't
that's
even
why
see
I
that.
have a no. And you win steel and crates and rewards, but I think it's steel and crates. And it's from May 11th to May 14th. And it's a faction thing, so you need to be the first faction to win the best rewards. So
That's right.
fight for your faction on that order.
I have what the rewards are.
Tell them.
I'm going to tell them. If you get first place, if your team gets first place in the Warrior Rush, 1,500 steel and 3 crates. If you get second place, 1,000 steel and 2 crates. Third place, 500 steel and 1 crate. So get into it, win it. Get in it to win it.
And I would love the Vikings to not win that.
Yes, I think everyone would love the Vikings
I
not
love
to win,
that.
except for the Vikings.
Let's do a samurai, second place knight, and third place Viking. Please. Thank you.
Poor Samurai Damien. So last week on the show, we did spoil this week's content of the week, but
I think we can reshow it.
we should
will
definitely
reshow
reshow it
yeah.
because it's still very cool. It is new executions, one for each character.
We have the Centurion one that you want to speak about, maybe?
The Conqueror.
The Conqueror one, yeah.
Yes, there's a bug that you reported about the Conqueror, so thank you for reporting it. So currently it's not giving HP regen when...
or stamina regen.
Oh, stamina as well.
Yeah.
And I guess it's also not triggering the effect.
Yeah.
So we are aware, we're working on it, we're going to see how quickly we can get that fixed. And as far as we know, it's only the Conqueror right now. If you notice any others, you'll let us know, I'm sure.
Tell us.
But yes, just a shout out again, our excellent animation team were on the show last week, and they showed us how we create these executions. So if you missed that show, I do highly recommend going and checking out that segment at least, because they go really in depth on the whole process from start to finish of creating these badass executions. So thanks again to them. And let's roll it, and then we'll be back with Bio and Stefan.
And I'm leaving
and you're gonna
because
go away.
I have way too many free stuff to do.
When you get back to your desk, check the email I sent you. There's a video clip of Clutchmeister singing you happy birthday very sensually.
Okay, I'm not sure I want to check that, but I will do it nonetheless.
And happy birthday. Yesterday was Damien's birthday. Give him a shout out in the
It's
chat.
not today anymore, but thank you.
Yes. He is 95 years old.
We can do
Fun
that
fact.
every day. Yeah, I know.
He never ages. He's a Highlander. You're a Highlander.
I'm a samurai Highlander.
Oh yes. Mm-hmm. They existed though in that universe.
Yes.
That's where Connor McLeod got his samurai sword. I'm a big Highlander fan. I'm sorry. I love the Highlander movies.
I don't know if I should react.
God. They're great. Come on, Highlander's great. Back me up in the chat. Highlander's great. Oh, man. All right, let's check out the executions, and we'll be back with some patch notes. Patch notes. Why not?
That's the end of the introduction.
Next.
Next.
Welcome, Bio and Stefan.
Hi.
How are you guys
Hi,
doing? How are you guys
guys.
doing?
Excited.
Welcome to the new Warriors Den sets.
It's very
Thank you.
Do you
comfy.
feel comfy and cozy?
It's better.
Super nice.
We're getting new furniture, so don't. This is like a 1.5. Let's call this set 1.5.
a rework of the.
Yeah, this is a
set?
rework. Yes.
Ooh, what
Am
a segue.
am I in trouble now?
What a
right?
segue, yes. Before we even get into the patch notes, actually, Steph brought you. I'm so used to looking. Steph brought you a little glimpse of some community tournaments that are coming up because this guy's actually addicted to watching community tournaments.
That's right. That is my biggest problem in life. Sorry, I'll try to look at the camera.
So you're
but
on
they-
this guy now.
I just learned to look at cameras
I know,
when I move
right?
them.
We got to get those tally lights hooked up, Max.
I know. I know. Budget reasons, I guess. Eh?
Yeah.
This weekend is crazy for tournaments. There's 4. If you're on PS4 or Xbox One, there's something for you. On Saturday, May 12th, 10 p.m. GMT. Does anyone know what GMT is?
I think that's 5. I think it's the same as UTC. I don't know if you know what UTC is.
Does anyone know what UTC is?
Greenwich?
Greenwich.
All right, we're being told there's.
Yeah, it's a British
place called
pronunciation
Greenwich or
thing.
something.
I lived in a town called Worcester, but it's spelled Worcester.
Hey.
Don't ask.
We don't know what that means.
Yeah, Worcester. It's not a good town. It's not a good place. Keep going.
Okay, sorry.
Keep going.
PlayStation, May 12th, 10 p.m. GMT. Brawl tournament. It's called Double Trouble, hosted by For Honor Arena.
Like Donkey Kong Country 2.
Yes, exactly. That's probably the reference.
I wish our game
actually.
was more like Donkey Kong Country 2 specifically.
Yes, very
Oh
specific.
man, not 3.
No.
3 is good also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, earlier that day, May 12th, 6 p.m., there's a Dominion tournament. For Honor Console is hosting that. Sorry, first one, if you go to battlefy.com.
Battlefy.
Is it Battlefy?
Yeah.
I've been saying it wrong this whole time.
Yep.
Battlefy.com.
It's like a made-up word. Like you're gonna battlefy something, like a modify. Battlefy. Yeah.
wow.
I don't know.
All right, well, the link is battlefy.com/for-honor-arena. And the second one is battlefy.com/for-honor-console. There's also an Xbox One Dominion tournament that you can reach there. And on Sunday, 6 p.m. GMT, Trial by Combat, also at battlefy.com/for-honor-arena. Beautiful hyperlink here. Imagine it.
Imagine it. Sorry.
Cool.
And there's a $100 prize on those PS4 and Xbox Dominion ones.
Yeah,
that's cool.
So go get rich.
Cool.
And I will just mention again, it's not on here, but people should go sign up for Defend the North.
Yes.
Because that is an in-person, physical, actual, real-world tournament with a bunch of fighting games, and For Honor is honored to be there with a bunch of other great fighting games. So you can sign up now, as far as I know. Sign-ups are still open. It's near New York City. It's in White Plains. So, yeah, check it out. I think we should go. I don't know when it is exactly, if we can go, but I think we should go.
Just throw that out
Yeah,
there.
just
We
throw
have
that
no
out there.
idea if we can go.
But you should go.
This is how we're
Yeah,
things
Eric, go.
Oh, okay. I'll
Especially if it's next week and your vacation.
go. Yeah, why not? What?
You should go.
Oh,
Thank you.
great.
Boy.
Put the camera on me.
That's great. Thank you, Steph.
You're
And,
in a funny mood today.
Am I? I'm excited.
It's the new
There's good
set.
patches.
Everyone's
Good
excited.
patches.
And I should also mention, so we're starting to do a bi-weekly blog article as well to highlight all the upcoming tournaments as well as give recaps of just finished tournaments. So just go to forhonorgame.com. Our most recent one is up there, I believe, right, Alex? Yes? Yep. So yeah, that's another thing we're going to keep doing. So we really want to keep putting more emphasis and focus on the cool stuff y'all are doing. So keep it up. Cool. Okay. Before we get into the patch notes, I thought I would do a very high-level recap of what we went through on the show last week, because that is the real bulk. The real meat was shown last week, and then we have some potatoes to show this week. Does that make sense? Meat and potatoes?
We're like silent.
Yeah, sure. Great. All right, so if you missed it last week, here we go. Steph's team have done a PK, a Peacekeeper, and an Orochi update. And in fact, there are blog posts going into detail on those that'll be live next week on the 15th and the 16th, respectively.
Link here.
Yeah.
There's no links on the
No
show.
links.
New set, but
Don't
no
you
links.
wish you could just do that?
We
Just
don't have
say
money
link and
for
then it
links.
happens? We should
Those are
hire a
expensive.
link person that just works there and writes links as we say them. Also, new map, Beachhead. That is a dual Dominion Brawl elimination, and skirmish map. Everything but tribute, apparently.
Exactly.
It's awesome. It looks like the Viking landing map from the story mode a bit, sort of inspired by. So that should be a lot of fun. New weapons were shown, and a cool thing in addition to that I actually didn't know about till the show is they're doing a new thing where your color swatch, your character's color swatch, actually swaps on the weapon as well.
Yeah, and
So
we really want feedback about that. If
Yeah.
people like it
Yeah.
when they try it, or if do you find it intrusive, or do you
Yeah.
like it, because it's going to give us feedback for the next weapons.
we could either do more of that or less of that, depending on what people think. But I think it's super cool. And speaking of super cool, an answer to many community requests over the last year, your team worked on the visual collection.
Visual
Do
collection.
you want to give a quick just recap of the visual collection?
Yeah, for sure. So the visual collection is your ability to put any visual you had ever on a weapon. So whenever you loot with scavenger or at the end of a match, any kind of weapon and kind of gear, basically, you get the visual, and it's going to be in your binder of visuals, which is a visual collection.
Binder.
It's like scrapbooking.
Nice.
You're going to have all the visuals that you can have and the ones that you have, and you can apply them cross-priority and collect them all. You don't need to keep the weapon in your inventory. So you can
Yes.
dismantle it, but you keep the visuals on the side.
I also like that it shows the ones that you have not yet looted.
Yeah.
So that gives you a little like nudge, like, oh, there's more out there.
And
you
how
haven't
to
gotten.
get them
Yeah.
also, what priority do they drop. So
Yep.
it's really cool because you know what you're missing. I know I want to collect them all. I'm that kind of player.
Yep.
I need all the stuff.
Yep.
So it's really cool. It helps for that, for collecting, but most importantly, you can free your inventory from all those visuals.
Yes, finally. That's
All my
perfect.
59 out of 60s will be gone. I'll be
Yeah.
so happy. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Very, very cool. And as a reminder, hold on to your gear for now until the season starts on the 14th. 14th? 17th, sorry. Next Thursday. But the other thing was you kind of saved people's
From my birthday,
from December.
December 15th.
From December
Birthday.
15th and
Yeah,
forward.
from my birthday.
So had you
we
looted,
started keeping the visuals. It's
had
my
you looted
gift to
during
you.
during the events.
Yes.
You'll have them in case you accidentally
The
deleted them.
Frostwind Festival.
Yep.
But keep them just in case. It's the first time we do something like that.
Yep.
Tracking visuals.
Yep.
So just to make sure, the testers and programmers want you to keep your assets until the season starts.
Correct.
But it should be fine.
That's very, very exciting. So that's all recap in case you missed it. If you want to go in depth, again, watch last week's show. We really spent a lot of time on all these topics to show them to you and explain them to you. So if you missed it, it's in our videos here on Twitch. It's in on YouTube on our Ubisoft YouTube channel. So, but don't go yet. Do it after the show. Now we can do patch notes, right?
Yeah.
Now we can. All right, let's get into it. Patch notes time.
Okay, we'll start with Orochi and Peacekeeper. These are the two characters that are getting the major improvements this patch. So we'll high level it because, yeah, you can see all the footage last week.
Right.
Orochi, Storm Rush is the big move that's super awesome now. You can go into your stance, hold it, and you can switch direction. The opponent won't see what direction you're in, and you can launch right attack, left attack, or top attack. Right attack is a bit, well, the fastest. Left attack is still pretty fast, and top is undodgeable. So if they want to escape, you're going to get them. You can still cancel your attack on the way, but it's amazing.
It's super cool.
It's amazing. It's so
Yeah,
cool.
I'm having a very hard time on the floor with that. Against me,
Yeah, you've
because
been
I
playing
don't
Alex,
play
I guess.
Overwatch.
Yeah.
I don't.
People are migrating to Orochi again. So.
Too old to play. It's too fast.
No, it's just-
I'm too old.
If it's too fast, you're too old.
Well, it's
No,
not
it's true.
that false,
It's not.
sadly.
I'm very slow.
I'm at the age I can play Highlander at best.
You'll be good. Oh, Highlander. That's good. Just whip your heavies out there. You'll rock the Orochi. Trade and you'll be happy because you'll be 23 damage ahead, I think.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
cool.
just
I'll
throw 'em
just
out
do
there.
that. I'll
Yeah.
just spam the attack.
There's your pro strat
I
for
sound
the
like
day.
I suck at the game, but I'm not that bad.
Pro fight team like strats. Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say we should do a segment called Pro Strats with Stefan.
Just throw heavies.
Just throw some heavies out there.
Okay, Riptide Strike, we moved as well. It used to be on a crazy input, and now it's dodge backwards and late attack. So this is kind of similar to the Storm Rush input. So you can protect your longer to enter Storm Rush with a very fast Riptide and surprise people. So that should be interesting. It still counterattacks really well, so that's great. Couple of speed improvements. Side lights are now 500, used to be 600. We're talking about this before the show. Oh my God, 500.
Oh no,
That's-
200 milliseconds
Yeah.
changes. Ah.
But the people who know, they care a lot.
Yeah. So
The people who
they'll
don't
be
know, they go, what? How am I going to...
Cool story.
Yeah.
And within the chain, all the lights are the second lights are now 400, were 500. Top light finisher is now 400, was 600. So molasses slow. And side light finishers are 500, were 600. So Orochi is going to go through their chain instead of just going top light, stop. There's
It's perfect.
Max like that.
hecklers off
Hope
camera.
that gets me.
Because the people around, they were laughing and we were so shy.
There's a little bit. There's a couple more chains for Orochi. I think you'll feel them when you get there. You can end anything with a heavy, basically. And finally, your finishers can be canceled into dodge.
Yes, they can.
What this means is you can do your heavy finisher, dodge away, storm rush again, and just keep the loop going.
So nimble.
Yeah, just burn them down, and be a cool agile dancer in group fights. Yeah.
A couple bug fixes as well. I don't think we talked about those last week.
Yeah.
Did we?
No.
I wasn't listening.
Wow.
When Steph talks, I'm like, no, he's got it. I'm going to take a nap now.
Thanks, Eric.
No, I'm kidding. I listen to everything you say.
Okay, bug fixes. Wingust now links to the light chains at 300 ms. Previously is 100 ms. Doesn't make a huge difference. It just looks a little bit better. Hurricane Blast no longer links to attacks after a miss, but the pros weren't launching that anyway, so I don't think they'll really care too much. It makes me sad sometimes. Stance change to attack now takes 100 ms. This is the big one that Orochis will be happy with, because there are some instances where it took 300 ms, while most assassins get it at 100 ms.
Yes.
So everything pretty much except Hurricane Blast counts as hit number 1 in the chains for Orochi at this point. So we're going to be seeing a lot of whatever move into the second light at the same time. Go for your finisher and then restart the loop. So counterattack and then burn them.
Cool.
Those names sounds like Legion of Dragoons attacks.
That's, you like them?
Yeah, Gust Wind of Dance. It's like Albert, my favorite Dragoon in Legion of Dragoon. I really like that game.
Awesome. Maybe that was, I don't know.
I sound even older now.
Maybe
PS1,
Everyone's
I
Googling
think.
this like, what?
I wonder if
The
we're ready to
old
play that
days
then.
where there were CDs.
Okay, and Peacekeeper. We'll go
Yes.
quickly through as well. Dagger Cancel is a big change on Peacekeeper. It used to be that Dagger Cancel came out in the same stance as your heavy opener, heavy finisher, and zone attack. And now it always comes out in top stance. And what this means is you can actually mix up with your heavy opener. You can let your zone attack fly, or sometimes let your zone attack cancel into Dagger Cancel. And hopefully this means after they hit you with light, they will actually throw the heavy finisher and either let it fly or mix it up with a Dagger Cancel. This would be amazing because Peacekeepers do light, stop.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna feel way less repetitive when you play her or against her.
Yeah,
I like
hopefully,
it.
Hopefully, more variety from them.
Cool.
Heavy finishers can now be canceled into guard break or dodge. Heavy openers were before, so finishers, why not? A bunch of damage changes, but basically Peacekeeper damage nerfs kind of across the board. And bleed damage now stacks on the Peacekeeper. So if they do Dagger Cancel and then Dagger Cancel again, they get full credit for both damages, whereas before it would be deleted.
Okay. Cool. Whew. Do you have any response? People, and I tend to agree. I think we talk about terminology a lot. With the Peacekeeper, it doesn't to some people feel like what they consider a rework is, and I don't know if you have a thought on that.
I think that's, I mean, like the terminology I've never gotten too hung up on. I mean, at one point we called everything improvements.
Yeah. I like to call them updates because it's sort of a catch-all. Because one thing could be majorly updated, one thing could be medium updated, one thing could be minor updated.
Sure.
But yeah, I think I would take I would take some responsibility there in terms of how we manage people's expectations. Because I think people were like, oh, it's a rework, this is going to be huge. And it's pretty big, but it's not to the huge, like if you do the Orochi next to the PK in terms of the new moves. And all
Right.
that,
I mean,
so
Orochi gets a really flashy stuff.
Yeah.
But like, if you think of it in a different way, like PK had dagger cancel before,
yeah,
but it was a bad idea to launch it in every case. Like, you should not use dagger cancel today, right? Don't use it for the next week. And then next week, it'll become a move that you can use. And I realized, yeah, it doesn't seem that exciting, but it will be an addition to the playstyle of PKs.
Right.
But it's whatever the character needed. So I understand the fact, okay, rework, people think that it's about scale, but it's mostly about quality, I feel.
I think
to
so.
reach that quality and having the character be there with all the other ones not being too strong or too weak and just being in the right place is much more important than the amount of stuff we change. That's my point of view on it.
I think that makes total sense. Some need small nudges, some need crazy stuff. So.
Yeah. I think the point for me is more to manage the expectations with. I know it sounds like semantics. It's like whatever.
We all agree it's your fault.
Yeah,
So.
I think everyone agrees it's my fault. But yes, just want people to know you're heard on that point. We understand. Cool. And you, okay. I was gonna tangent again, but I'm not going to. Okay, let's move on.
I think that's it for you.
That's it for those two.
Are there's
Or go
like bug fixes later on, right?
Yeah,
this
it's
is bug
after.
fixes.
The boring
So
stuff
let's go
is
to
after.
BO now.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a visual collection. That's the big thing that's coming up. Hope you all people gonna like it. We're looking for feedback about the visual here about the visual collection, by the way. So whenever it's up, not before, don't be jerks. Whenever it's up, just tell us if you like it and why. Having feedback on it would be great because it will orient us for the next features to come up with. So after there was a champion status update, but Damien stole my thunder again.
Yes, he does.
Nothing to say about that. But we have a cool PowerPoint
We do.
about the tournament rewards and the new reputation rewards. So let's go PowerPoint.
So this is probably one of the uglier.
Eric did it,
I
by
did
the
this.
way.
I wanted to, in honor of Damien's birthday, to throw his face on there, but yeah, exactly.
It's always great. It's
Happy
always
birthday.
Great. Happy birthday, Damien. So we have new rewards for the tournaments this season for the season 6. So the legendary tier have the Avian Stare for everybody. So they are all the same because we have the same philosophy as the faction war of people. I want people to be able to recognize the fact that you won a tournament in season 6, because before it was pretty much impossible to know that it was from a season on another one. So it's really epic with feathers. I like it. And the hero tier, which when you come in second place, it's 3 different engravings. They are faction-based and color swatches that are defender and attacker, and also neutral, obviously. So the versatile tier, you have some paint pattern and symbols. And for the commander tier, my favorite symbol, mirrored cats.
What?
Yeah,
Oh, man.
I really like cats. So it's gorgeous. And partial eclipse is pretty cool too.
Yeah.
So, nice ones. And we also changed the way that you get those rewards. So in the previous seasons, we had problem with people with red nat not being able to participate in
Yes,
tournaments. So we
indeed.
kept the older seasons, but now we're ready to go with the full plan. And it's having a new set of rewards per season.
Much simpler.
But we also heard people being angry about having to lose matches on purpose to have the lower tier rewards. So now we give you a guaranteed lower tier reward when you finish a tournament. So you don't have to lose on purpose. You can also have the 4th tier, the commander, whenever you play ranked. So you can also grind those rewards that way. Like before, it's for your last hero you played in tournament. On the first one, the last one, you will get the reward according to that hero. If you already have all the rewards of that tier, then you're going to get a random one.
Okay.
So text.
Text.
So as I said, you will no longer get the rewards from the previous seasons. You have, however, the guaranteed chances of the lower tier. Now we hear what you're talking about, and we want more feedback if you think it's better, if you don't think it's better, those improvements. And we also now show the unlock conditions, so you know how to get those specific rewards. Before it was hard to see in the menus. And like I said, you have low tier rewards in ranked mode.
Cool.
Another new stuff we have is feedback from people saying that they didn't have enough rewards to showcase level heroes.
Right.
So now we give you an ornament called Seal of Mastery at Reputation 40, and a new outfit that's called Semantic Trip. Those names, man. For Reputation. And as soon as you have one hero, Reputation, you also have that epic emblem.
Yeah.
Of course, there's a rectangle one for the knight, the circular one for the Vikings, and the kind of build.
Yep.
Oh no, so it's rectangle for samurai,
Right.
for knights.
I like the little jaggy part on it. That's cool.
Nice, I really like it. It's very pretty, and it fit the theme of it
Oh.
next season.
We'll
Who
see.
knows?
We'll see. Oh yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah,
That's a
I
little
guess,
tease
yeah,
there.
That's a
isn't
little.
it?
Is it?
Interesting.
Theory
Okay.
crafting. So that's it for the new rewards. Otherwise, we also have a new level of refinement. Find 2. It doesn't have a name, but
Sure.
better.
Remind people what refining means.
So refining is when you loot a legendary weapon or gear in general, you can have a chance to drop a refinable level diamond shape on top of them, and those can be upgraded even more. It's like rare weapons if you want. So whenever you crafted all that gear, you can overcraft it and refine it, basically. So now we have rarer gear that's coming up.
Sure.
So you can refine it even furthermore. The ones that you got that were refined 1 do not become refined 2. You gotta loot the new ones that are refined 2.
The process of refining locks it in.
Yes, it's baked in.
It's baked.
Forever. It's like when you put your setting powder at the end of your makeup.
Oh, exactly. It's
Everybody
exactly
get that
like
reference like super easy
Yeah.
now. So you need to loot the new one, and they start dropping at reputation 10 and higher. But unlike the rest of the gear, the higher your reputation is, the more chances you got to get the rare stuff. So your chances improve towards all the reputations.
Cool.
So if you really don't get any at reputation 10, it's likely. They are really rare at that point, but get up in levels and you got to get more chances of having the refined gear.
Okay. Cool.
So that, the reward, the ranked reward. And we also, in the visual collection, we did another improvement at the same time, that now when you loot a gear from an event, there's a little icon that comes with it. I understand people wanted it a lot because the names of all those gears is different. So is it like the Apollyon event we did? It was hard to know if those shoulder pads were from the event or not. So now we have a little icon that helps you. And I have a note here, tease event, but it's
It has been done.
super tease now.
Yes.
Very tease. So that's it. I have also a note here about a new HUD icon showing of packet cancel, but I'm not the best person to talk about packet cancel.
Packet cancel.
Yeah.
Packet cancel occurs when sent input data does not reach the server.
You just read what's written there.
That's true.
You don't know what packet cancel is either. So that's it.
That's cool though. That's we're always trying to help give better visuals on the networking connectivity stuff.
Yeah, we want people to understand what's going on.
Right.
If you care about those things. For me, I just want to play. I don't care about the packet cancels. But I get that people do. So
Yeah.
it's important to be transparent.
Cool. Steph, you got some bug fixes on your roster.
Yes, so some bug fixes for heroes. Nothing tremendous, nothing crazy. Just quality of life mostly for these guys. All heroes. So Raider, Orochi, and Conqueror had dodge branchings out of some of their reaction blocks at the very end. I don't know what to tell you except we've removed the dodge branching because nobody else has it, and it means that now they suffer the same combos that everyone else does, which seems fair to me. So there's your Conqueror nerf for the patch.
Oh God. People are going to yell at me.
Okay, yeah, yell at Eric, not me.
It's fine. It's my job. Yell at me.
Perfect. We also changed the way bump combo works. So some time ago, we changed it for regular hits. So if you go bop bop, the second hit used to be the in reaction hit reaction, which got force no react, basically super armor, guard break immunity, this kind of thing. We removed that so that combos still give regular hit reaction followed by regular hit reaction. And only in the case where, like, if the two of you hit me at the same time or right after the other, then I'll play hit reaction followed by the better hit reaction in hit reaction. Everyone following along with this?
Yeah, so about that, when I heard that the first time, I was like, okay, but can you tell why? What it does, basically.
So we want all your hits against your target, you to understand that they're going to be in this length hit reactions so that your combos are going to work. But in the case where if the two of you hit me, I'm not stuck in some like infinite combo because I'll eventually get a better hit reaction that lets me break out of the combo, basically.
So it gives you more control when you're in 1v1, more predictability,
Yes,
but it's less, it's not OP in group fight.
That's exactly the plan. Yes, thank you.
That's good. Good
We
teamwork.
should filter everything through here. That'll be clear.
Casual talk.
We're doing the same thing with melee attacks. So right now, always the second hit will cause you to go into this better reaction, even if only one person hit you. And now we're changing it to work the same way as regular ones. So if one person hits you twice in a row, you're still in the bad hit reactions. And if two different people hit you, you're going to be in the faster reaction.
Cool.
Perfect. Perfect. I complexified that. I'm sorry.
No,
good.
it's complex.
It's complex.
But the result is very intuitive.
But also, people like to hear designers talk like designers, so that's fine. Like, people like getting that, like, oh, this guy knows what he's talking about. I don't know what he's saying, but he knows what he's talking about.
They should come to the Waverly then at like 10 o'clock.
Wow.
Yeah. It's like,
Wow. No.
Don't invite people to come to the bar. That's the bar next to the studio.
It's
and
the Ubisoft bar, basically.
yeah, people talk about secret
Things that they
stuff
shouldn't talk
all
about.
the time. We should not. Don't come to the Waverly. It's bad.
okay, a couple of other fixes for everybody. Now that we're giving away secrets. Peacekeeper Aramusha and Shugoki's guard break was unexpectedly difficult to counter guard break. There are some weird timings. This is now fixed. They act the same as everybody else. We fixed, one more time, I'm going to say this, we fixed a snowball emote teleport tech.
Yes, because it came back.
I don't know how many times we
Somehow
fixed this,
it came
but
back,
we fixed
yeah.
it again
Yep.
for the last time.
For the last time.
For the last time, or we'll take bets on this
For
in the
now.
chat. Yeah. And finally, the one that's for everybody is fixing the issue that causes level 2 and 3 bots to not be aware that they could be killed by chip damage, which I think actually means from like feats that give bonus damage.
Okay.
So they care about like, oh, I'm at 1 life. Probably.
They care
I didn't talk to
now.
AI.
I like the
About their
phrasing that
lives.
they were not aware of it. That makes me sad. It's like Westworld. It's like,
This is
how sentient are these bots?
This is how our bot designers think about the bots, actually.
Yeah, because the one that writes the patch notes,
They've got, the designers have feelings.
they have
And they have feelings about their bots. They're
they
like,
do.
They're like their pets.
They're very complex.
They are.
They're good work. I really like the bots we have.
Yeah, they're pretty, they kill us. So.
Except the one that has my name, BioGenes, because it took our dev names to
Is that
do.
the level 1?
I don't know what level it is, but I never wear jeans, so that's stupid. It's the worst name because my nickname is BioGenes.
It is?
Yeah.
No one's told me this.
Look for her on.
Biogenes is the French for biogenesis. Anyway, no one cares.
Okay.
No one cares about that story. Forget I said
I
anything.
care.
Oh, thank you, Rick. No one cares. Continue. with
Okay,
the important
okay.
stuff.
Well,
Just for quickly, the guard break thing. Just this morning, someone was complaining about Shugoki's guard break being hard to counter. So I'm glad that you're fixing it for at least that one person that was complaining.
perfect. They will be happy. Shugokis are nerfed.
God damn.
Sorry, Eric. Okay, let's go down the list. We're fixing a bug after Lawbringer's long arm, where if the opponent tried to dodge, you would immediately dodge backward, regardless of the actual input direction. This is fixed. You should be able to dodge in the direction you want to dodge. Oh, and a buff for Shugoki. Here we go. Eric is giving me faces off camera. Fixed an issue that allowed the Lawbringer to successfully use impaling charge on a Shugoki, even when Shugoki's passive uninterruptible stance is up. So
the Lawbringer can no longer do that to the Shugoki.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. See?
So buff in that particular case.
Stefan giveth, Stefan taketh.
Little things. Little things. Where are we going to go down to Warlord? We're making the head splitter leap hit reaction, which is this big jumping heavy thing. Is now 1,000 MS, used to be 800. This is because of the same melee hit reaction, in reaction stuff that we talked about. We don't want to allow Warlord to end up in infinite loops. That headbutt stab, that headbutt stab. So that's good. Mostly visual fixes for a couple of things on Shugoki, Raider, Nobushi. Shinobi, we made a change here to if your long-range heavy attack is parried, you will now be on the ground 300 MS longer. This is consistent with what happens if you get parried generally and unbalanced with any other character. Now Shinobi has the same timings.
All right.
So you can see this is like a standardization.
That's a good one. I like
That's a good one, yes. Thank you, Eric. Seal of approval on
They're
that.
all good ones. I like them all.
And then, yeah, more visual fixes for Highlander. There's something interesting on feats, 2 small buffs, I think. It'll be super interesting to see if people start to use them, actually. Revenge attacks. It used to reduce your attack damage by 10%. It was not mentioned anywhere. This is not really the plan.
Why?
I don't know. We removed it. We fixed it. Sorry.
That's strange.
Yes, this is our looking under the rug and seeing what bugs are there.
Yeah.
So pick revenge attacks, see what happens. And there's an issue on the Valkyrie's Javelin feat where the cooldown would start way later than expected. So now it should start sooner. So you should be able to Javelin a little more often.
Valkyrie buff!
Not the one they're asking for?
Still.
Do you think it counts as a rework?
Moving on.
We're going to get in so much trouble after this
Moving
show.
on. So much
Okay,
hate mail.
couple of cool map fixes. Do you want to hit those?
I didn't know
I'll
they
hit
were
this map.
there.
Sorry.
Check them, so I can read them if you want.
Well, I'll do the first one then. Tower Ruins. There was a spot where a broken bridge is covered, but was not protected from top-down feats such as catapult, arrow strike, and so on. So no longer can you hit people on that broken bridge. Because roofs. That's where we build them.
Because roofs.
Forest. There is an issue where some trees block the view while in tactical view, so now you should be able to see while you're dead, basically, which is pretty cool. I do want to hit this dual one just because it was super annoying before. There was an issue where if your opponent forfeited, like left the match, a bot would spawn, and now it just immediately ends in a forfeit. So you don't have to fight the bot.
Oh, yes. I saw some people running into that this weekend during the free weekend.
Yeah, and there's some weird ones where they spawn in an odd place.
Yep.
You couldn't even fight them.
Yep.
So
Yeah, I saw that one too.
that should be, hopefully, fingers crossed, fixed.
Yep.
Anything crazy on the last page that anyone...
Yeah, there's one of the best one. I'm very sad we fixed it. That when you equipped the Age of Wolf gear on the female gladiator, you actually add male legs.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm sad we fixed it,
That was
but we did.
a bizarre one. So now the female gladiator will have female legs.
Yeah, she will have female legs. Muscular female legs, but still female legs.
Right. True.
Okay, I think beyond that, there's just tiny little quality of life bugs.
Yeah, little
Yeah.
stuff.
That I guess you get to read in the patch notes.
Yeah.
Coming soon.
Coming
No link
right
here.
now, actually.
Oh,
They
really?
should be
Right now.
They should be online right now, right,
It's
Fred?
almost like we're live.
Yes, it's like a live show. So Fred can drop the link in the chat if he's got it. If it's not right now, it'll be very soon. It's supposed to be at noon, which was an hour ago. So, cool. Thank you so much. That
you.
was enlightening and beautiful, and I think we all learned a lot about ourselves and each other.
I think that's what we're hoping
Oh,
for.
wow. You learned the power of friendship.
Exactly. Cool. Well, thank you very much. So I think you guys have meetings to run to. We're going to go to
do.
our Dev Talk segment. Luke is not here today, so I will do it myself. But thank you very much for joining us. And we'll see
Thank you,
again soon.
everybody. short.
I'm all alone now. So Luke is in a meeting as well. It's a busy day here at the office. Ramon's in a meeting, that's why he's not here. But that's fine. So this is the continuation of the segment that Luke has been doing, which I love, and we've gotten really good response to, and good suggestions from people for others to talk to. No, I don't like this shot at all. Hi, let me get comfortable. Do you like my Evil Dead shirt? It's new. Yeah, so Dev Talks is where Luke Duchesne sits down with various people across our dev team who do very interesting jobs. I'm going back over here now. God, you're killing me. And this week is no exception. He's going to be talking to Mr. Nicolas Blanchard, who was actually on the show last week. He is our assistant art director. He's a kind of the maps art man. So he has very interesting background, and I like hearing the art guys talk about art. So I have not actually seen this segment yet, so I'm gonna watch it along with you and enjoy it, and then after that we'll be back with Community Corner. So let's go to the Dev Talks.
Hello everyone, this week in Dev Talks we meet Nicolas Blanchard, Associate Art Director on For Honor. Hello Nico, how are you?
Hey Luc, very good, fine.
Thank you for joining us. So Nico, you're one of the original 15. You were there at the core, at the beginning of For Honor.
Yeah, day one I was there, it's been 5 years ago, so time goes by, it's super impressive to look back at what we did, the first prototype we did at this time. I remember we were playing the game, 2D version of the game where you had to move your stick to do the stance up, left and right. It was, nobody knew at this time that we would end up with that crazy game that we have today, so it's been a crazy adventure.
And how do you feel when, you think about that, you were 15, and now every Monday morning we have what we call the lead meeting, we have all the directors and leads of the team, and there's probably 30 people in that room. So there are more people now in the lead meeting on the Monday morning that you were when you started. So how does it feel when you see that?
But I think it was expected because we had crazy ambitions. So we wanted to build something that was very like a AAA game. So we were expecting that. But for sure, at some point, there's a lot of people. We don't know everybody because we don't have time to talk with everybody. But I still recognize people that were there when we first started. It's always very nice to talk with those guys and say, "Hey, remember when we started? This didn't exist, and now we have that crazy game." And no, I think it was a very it's still a human scale, type of team. So and I think people really enjoy working together. So it's a good impression.
So you are the associate art director. So what does an associate art director do on a team like For Honor?
But basically, I'm in charge of the environment, so mostly in charge of the maps. So my day-to-day work, it's mostly sitting with the guys, talking with them, sharing ideas, make sure that everything we build inside those maps reflect what the artistic director has in mind. So it's a lot of back and forth, talking with the level designers to make sure that, okay, well, it looks good, but it's functional. There's a fun factor into it. So it's a lot of tests that we do, and make sure that after that we discuss with the modders, and we start from very basic stuff to very detailed and polished stuff. So it's a long process. And but yeah, it's mostly about visual composition of the map, the lighting, where do we place the things, to make sure player will figure out the map easily. So it's a matter of putting stuff at the right place, the good visual, visual cue for the players, that kind of thing.
So you're working a lot, like you said, with the level design team to make sure that the map not only looks beautiful, but is easy to understand and functional for gameplay.
Exactly, we need to make sure that because we have a lot of different game modes inside our map, so as we craft those environments, we need to make sure that it's always readable and playable and fun to play, so the navigation is crucial in there. So like I said, it's a lot of back and forth. Sometimes it looks good, but it's tough to understand, so we had to adjust. But it's a pleasure to work with those guys, because sometimes even the level designer, they have crazy ideas, and sometimes it's the artist, so it's a lot of a challenge that we face.
So if I'm not wrong, you have a background in architecture. So how does that play? I see the link between architecture and map design. Is there a an easy link to do with between both?
Yeah, because a big part of our game is to make sure that the world is credible. So for sure, sometimes we exaggerate some of the things, but we really want to make sure that what players experiment, it's something that makes sense, that is believable. So a big part of our work is to make sure that everything we gather from many different references, like paintings, movies, like other games, that when we try to fit them in our game, it makes sense. So the scale of everything, the way stuff is built, the way like we place the supports, the way the archers are made, this is a very like big part of my work.
Cool. So you've been there since day one. So you experience a lot of different things on For Honor. If you look back at those it's more than 5, I think it's 5 years and a half now.
Yeah.
It's been a while. Like what is, if you can pinpoint a moment in that crazy adventure, like this moment is like dear to my heart. It can be anything from your experience.
It's definitely the first E3 that but I wasn't there, but we lived the E3 like on the floor here, and actually you were there, and just just thinking about everything that we've been building like for 2 and maybe more years than that, and make sure that everything went well at the convention was really like the stress was there. Everybody was watching the screen, and like we were praying to make sure that everything was good. But like that moment when we revealed the game to the audience was like pure pleasure. So that's something I don't think I'm gonna forget. And obviously, like every year, and every year there's like crazy moment like this, the tournament that we do like on the floor, like the people outside the team that join us sometime, like there's so many little things here and there that makes that adventure like very, very special.
So before I let you go, I have one last question for you. Are you a knight, a Viking, or a samurai?
Well, I'm a samurai.
Oh yeah, it's like
no, I'm a samurai.
No question asked. You're a samurai.
Yeah,
and what's your favorite character?
I play them all, but the Kensei is really the one that I use the most.
Yeah. Me too. Even if I'm a Viking.
I knew that.
Is my favorite.
That's why I picked it.
So thank you very much, Nico.
Thank you
for your time.
Thank you.
See you next week for
guys.
another Dev Talks.
Hey, thanks for sticking around, folks. Now's the fun part of the show where we do the community corner. That's where Max and I go through the community, grab as many fun or interesting or good gameplay clips as we can. We generally do around 10-ish per show, depending on length. Shorter is always better for everybody involved, for the viewer and for us. People always ask, how do they get them to us? Please post on the Reddit. Don't send them to me directly because everyone does that, and I just don't have time. But the nice thing about Reddit is if it's a good clip, it rises to the top, and then we can find it.
Please make them less than 10 minutes.
That's what I said. Make them not long, please, because when they're long, it's just we're not going to show a 10-minute clip on the show.
3 minutes is a sweet.
Yeah, 3 is really nice. Mwah! 3, mwah! Perfecto. Okay, so speaking of 3 minutes. And frequent community corner appearee. And in the chat right now, Long Dong of the Law. For Honor Meme Compilation 16, Season 6 reveal with special Valk memes. Let's get into it.
Oh my god! Okay, it's happening! Everybody stay calm! Everybody stay calm! What's the procedure?
Oh, so you've switched over to Shaman now.
Yep.
Any reason for that?
I like the character.
That's a good joke, Eric.
My ancestors are smiling at me, Imperials. Can you say the same?
you see, that's where the trouble began. That smile. That damn smile.
Didn't talk to them! Cock-a-doodle-doo! The cow says boo! Cock-a-doodle-doo! The cow says boo!
Now, before we begin with the ribbon cutting, I'd like to announce the name of our new
rework.
Yeah, now we're talking! Yeah! Ow!
Shh. Yes, well, anyway. The new
rework
is a loyal, hard-working employee.
Yes?
The obvious choice for the job.
He's right.
The name you all know. It starts with an S.
That's me!
Please welcome our new
rework.
Squidward Tentacles!
Fuck you! You just got framed!
You raised my hopes and dashed them quite expertly, sir. Bravo!
Oh, you almost had it. You gotta be quicker than that.
To be quick. Here,
Here lies
Valkyries.
hopes and dreams. What a baby.
I'm sorry if that was hard for folks to watch. Well, don't worry, we're going to get there. We're going to get there with Valkyrie. Just stick with us. Stay on the For Honor train. I will conduct you toot toot all the way to Valkyrie Town. And it'll be mwah, perfecto. Don't quote me on that. Next up, For Honor, but it's Star Wars by Marco Yolo. Toot toot! Yes, May the 4th happened last week, and we wanted to pay homage to it. And thank you, Marco Yolo, for doing that. We do all love Star Wars. We're all big fans. Okay, this is from another frequent appearance haver on the show, Havoc, and this is called For Honor Mastered Ultra Instinct. Oh, that was cool when you did the fade and it was still burning. It looked like my legs were on fire. All right. So yes, I see people saying, "Oh, this is so long." Now we get into the short clips. There's got a flow. I got a flow to this segment, guys. Come on. All right. So this is Arson with, oh man, I can never. Ome wa mo kenseidu.
Omae wa mou shindeiru. Nani?
Oh. All right, now we got Cooliosis knocked off a bridge. This one's a GIF. Let's check it. Cooliosis. Oh yeah, this one's enjoyable. Watch. Watch. Yep. That poor Shinobes. Yeah, let's run it again. Why not? Why not? And up. Great. Okay, now from Rabbi Andy, he thick, he quick, but most importantly, he's skilled with the stick.
Lost Zone C.
As we mentioned earlier in the show, that's the exploit I was talking about, where you could swap a character with a moveset. So that is obviously not the intended moves of the Shinobi, of the Shigoki. Cool to see him doing jump kicks, though. All right, Alcana. That new aura is sure very distracting. Always got to focus. Always got to focus. Don't get distracted by the effects. Okay, we mentioned the snowball earlier. This is a use of the snowball I have not seen. This one's pretty funny. If you want to roll it, Max, it's a GIF, so I can kind of talk through it. But this is not a teleport, but it just happens to be very good timing as this Shinobi takes out the Bushi here. So the bleed is affected, and here comes the snowball just at the moment of death. Real good stuff. Real good stuff. Okay. Meme attack. How dare you, oh damn. One of those satisfying, oh, hello. What? What's happening? What?
I didn't put the deck in, so.
Yeah, there it is. It's rolling again. There's the full thing. Boom, punch right into the lava. Pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, from Rowan Sprite, totally intended. That must have felt very good to make that happen, unless you were those two people. Okay, Teddy 2142, nuclear smash.
You captured Zone A. You captured Zone A.
Cool. And our last clip of the week, and this, oh no, it's not, sorry, we have two, because we have a late breaking one. This is our second to last. Our penultimate clip by Snime. When all the kids come running, but you're not about to share any of your Capri Sun, and your Italian friend is rooting for you.
lost zone C.
Well done, Snime. And then this clip just popped up this morning. It hit Reddit r/all, so it got a ton. Last I checked, it was almost at 12,000 upvotes. I don't actually know the name of this one, Max. Do we have a title or the user? I didn't grab the. I was just like, Max, grab this for the show, and I forgot to even grab the guy's name.
Too much time doing this.
Yeah.
But by I don't know the time.
Sorry, we don't have your title, your username, but it's spent too much time doing this, and this is very enjoyable to watch. So let's check it out.
What are you doing? Ow, Oscar! What are you doing? Ow, Oscar!
So good. So good. I do wonder how long it took them to do that because there's a specific amount of steps necessary to make that happen. And I'm being told the username is Bilagana Ashki. So congrats on amazing clip. It's super good. That's the last one, and we've already done the raffle. Raffle's over. So thank you very much, everybody. Make sure to tune in next week. It's going to be a very good show. As we told you, the new seasonal event comes next week. I will not be here. I'm going to be on vacation, but our friend Luke will be hosting the show. Maybe I can join in the chat if I'm available at the time. We'll see. No promises. But thank you very much, and we will see you next week. Goodbye.